9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Happy New Year. This is the first WWT Live of 2026. This is your PR princess, your timeless elite, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me on this day. I know we did have Monday Night Raw a little bit earlier, but I'm catching up to speed because I had to deal with life and also wrestling too. So please, no spoilers for Raw, but we wanted to make sure we give you guys a good show. Our first show of 2026, we have a lot to cover and a lot of wrestling that happened while we were on vacation. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday and a new year is doing good for you. But I am not alone. I am so excited that he's with me because we get to talk about wrestling and everything that happened while we were on winter break. Mr. K. McCoy in the building.
Happy New Year, Courtney Rice. Happy New Year, Women's Wrestling Talk Universe. Courtney, real quick before we get into it, like how long do you say Happy New Year until, like, what's like the cutoff date for you?
I think probably like the third week. Third week of January.
Yeah, like this week is pretty much it. Like my rule of thumb is it's Happy New Year to everybody for the first like 3 days of January. And then after that, it's done. Don't tell me Happy New Year if I don't know you on January 4th or 5th. Like, I'm gonna just look at you like, bro, like, it's income tax season. Let's buy all the gifts we didn't buy for Christmas. Okay, let's get that refund popping. But if like you know somebody and you haven't seen them for like 2 to 3 weeks, the first time you see them in the new year up until the 15th, then you can say Happy New Year. That's my Steiner math equation for New Year for you.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. But how was your holiday, by the way? Did you have a nice holiday? Did you have a nice New Year? I mean, did you enjoy the winter break?
It was dope, man. We enjoyed some wrestling. Went on a couple of holidays. That was fun. And you know, did a lot better than last year. So, you know, we're pretty excited about coming into 2026. Let's go, man.
Yeah, I had a nice holiday with family. Very happy to spend some time with them always. I mean, obviously wrestling because I did watch-alongs for World's End. I did a watch-along for New Year's Eve, but also really nice to catch up with a few peeps of mine that I haven't seen in a while. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here. And as we mentioned, we had Monday Night Raw that happened earlier today from Germany. Now, obviously, of course, yours truly did not watch it because I had to deal with life and everything, but we're going to keep it spoiler free in the chat. And also do want to give a shout out to Boza. Also give a shout out to our producer from the future, Dylan, because he's been putting out social clips while we were on vacation, by the way. So got to give him credit for that. But yeah, we're trying to keep it very spoiler free on Raw, but as you know, they were in Germany. I mean, they were in Germany. They're going to be overseas for the next couple of weeks. And Kane, just give me your thoughts because you did watch Raw, and
Yes.
also just without any spoiler free because we're trying to keep it spoilers. Would you give at least one takeaway that you want people to see or expect? Because we're pretty much on the road to WrestleMania, kicking off with the Royal Rumble in Saudi.
I will say Guten Tag, that it's demon time. That is how I will sum up Monday Night Raw live from Dusseldorf, Germany. Guten Tag, that it's
friends.
demon time. So I know it aired everywhere early. For a moment, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I was treating it like SmackDown, in which you kind of have to do some tangs to find it here live in the United States of America. But we're also Netflix, so it's going to come on when it comes on for everybody. So I know everybody's schedule was different today to catch it when they were going to catch it. But have a good time. It's a good show. And again, Guten Tag, it's demon time. We have a lot of developments that are going to set up for the Royal Rumble.
It's hard to believe it's at the end of the month. Hard to believe.
Yeah, it's coming. Like, WrestleMania is happening. There's even a brand new WrestleMania promo package that you're going to see on Monday Night Raw as well. Will it or will it not star Triple H? That question, of course, is rhetorical. Rhetorical spelled with, of course, 3 H's.
There it is. But also shout out to that. Also, Boza put a note in that Raw will be on next Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. So that is going to be fun. But also, I am always happy to have an official join us, and it's none other than our councilman. Happy New Year. Hopefully you had a wonderful holiday. How are you?
Have no fear. In 2026, your councilman is still here. And we are revving up strong. As y'all seen for the last couple of weeks, a lot of moves been made in the camp of the councilman. That's why you can see why Kane is making the faces he is making, because there are a lot of things that have been happening. And I can't wait to talk about it with my favorite group of panelists, man. I have missed y'all. And I couldn't have missed this first return.
You got a lot of new bills for 2026 from the councilman, baby.
Yes, we do. We've implemented a lot of work. Somebody got to be a positive politician these times. So
that is
true.
That is
true. It's like 3 left.
Yeah, it's like 3 of us left.
Yeah. That's what it is. But not giving away any spoilers for Raw because I didn't watch Raw since I had to take care of other things. But Will, did you watch Raw? And if you did, was there any like one takeaway you want viewers to expect when they catch up to speed on all things good old fashioned Monday Night Raw?
It was cool.
It was
cool.
That's it?
Yeah, that was it. Like it was not a blow me out of the water type of Raw. It was just kind of like, okay, we're setting up for things. I guess kind of felt like a very filler Monday Night Raw. If that makes any sense, it kind of felt very filled. Like it wasn't like, okay, I wasn't impressed by any of the matches. I know, we I won't put them in order or give nothing away, but yeah, it kind of just was like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Like, yo, Courtney, you gotta go watch it right after we finish before somebody on the internet ruined it. It wasn't none of that. It was like, I almost watched something I've already watched a couple of times and went back to watch that before I was like, man, I should really tune in to Raw tonight.
I too have to finish K-pop Demon Hunters, councilman.
Okay, we just calling me out like that. You're right.
Yeah, it's safe to continue watching it. It's a good show. They won a lot of Golden Globes last night. No, I agree with you on that. Some points it was kind of like, oh, okay, cool. But I think because Drew winning the WWE Championship on SmackDown was such a big deal that they were just like, we need something to just kind of like happen, and then the big storyline, the big focal point is going to go into your new WWE champion, Drew McIntyre, Courtney Rice.
We could just segue into it, because if you saw SmackDown last week, of course, if you saw Honey Night SmackDown and joined her watch along, we have a new WWE Undisputed Champion. We saw the return of Jacob Fatu beating up on both Cody and Drew McIntyre. And I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts, because we've been talking about this even before we left, that Drew needs the title. Did SmackDown make the right decision on having Drew McIntyre be WWE Undisputed Champion? And I'll start with Will.
Oh, yeah, about fucking time. You should have done this at WrestlePalooza, but I guess, what do we know? We just people who take in the product. What do we know about story writing or storylines according to Triple H? But I liked it. I enjoy every part of it. I love how it ended. Everything. And I've seen a lot of people in the IWC was just like, this was bad booking. This wasn't great. They didn't like the whole thing of what it led up to, of just like, oh, if he hits Cody, if he hits Drew, he loses the title. I'm like, so they did the same thing with Stone Cold Steve Austin. No one said anything. Now all of a sudden, this one is not good. All of a sudden, this one ain't right. This one don't sit right with y'all. 3 Stages of Hell, one of my favorite matches. They did what they needed to do with it, and I think people really don't understand this part because a lot of people was bashing it, talking about it was kind of boring. I'm like, you have to also remember where this was being shot at. This is on primetime television, and they're doing this match. This isn't like in No Way Out when it was Stone Cold and Triple H, where you got a lot more room to do a whole bunch of stuff you want to do. So to say like this is our weekly show match that we got, I'm like, yo, I thought we got everything we needed. Seeing Jacob come back and watching Drew in fashion, just like, yo, I'm finna sneak out and win this title. Only thing I wish he'd have done was the facial expressions where he'd have looked like like, am I really finna get it like this? Are they really not looking at me? And then drop down. But I'm all for it. Seeing him rock that belt in Glasgow. No, I don't need to say more. I'll pass it to Kane after that. Just
yeah, Boxing Day came a little late for Drew McIntyre, but he got the perfect gift. This was warranted. This was needed. We needed to freshen up the main event scene. It became too much Cody control. It was too much Cody happening. White meat baby faces after a while needs a formidable challenger, and Cody was not getting that. The only closest one was Drew McIntyre. And finally, we see Drew go over, and this introduces new people into the main event scene. We have to figure out what's going to happen with Jacob Fatu. Maybe he was still loopy from all the anesthesia from his jaw surgery, and he attacked Cody. We got to figure out if maybe it wasn't Drew who attacked Cody or Drew who attacked Jacob Fatu, but it was maybe Cody Rhodes who attacked Jacob Fatu. You was too close, fam. Oh yeah, by the way, the NXT champion just forfeited the title and may pull up on the scene with his ceiling missing any given time to see what's going on with Drew McIntyre and with Cody Rhodes, and there's certain stuff in there as well. So it's very exciting to see what's going to happen in this championship main event scene. Can't wait to see it.
Not too much, Kane. We don't want, you know.
We
know your councilman and the client and the leader of the Big Back Coalition is putting something together. We may go to Raw. We don't know. We don't know.
I'm surprised Hickenbottom even like negotiated that. I figured he was too busy with women's North American title situations to have time to speak with you. But
nah, we'll talk about it when we get to NXT because I'm sure Courtney got that lined up for us. It showed why it was the right decision.
Yeah, but I'm very happy for Drew McIntyre. I'm happy because people tend to forget the last time he was champion was during the pandemic. There was nobody, like no one was there. And I understand
good point, Court.
WrestleMania. I'm very happy it's more than 5 minutes that he has the title.
Right.
It just makes me happy that it's more than 5 minutes. And I really want to see how Drew does because I kind of noticed in the men's side, they need stronger heels. And I think Drew does fit that on being a stronger heel. Let's see what he does with some of these other guys like him and Sammy. He could possibly go toe-to-toe with Ray Phoenix. He could probably go back to Randy Orton. There are so many possibilities that he could go with. And I don't know, maybe he could like start an alliance with Trick Williams since both of them kind of have mutual enemies with them. So that's a possibility there. But Drew is more deserving. And if you saw his social post he had over the weekend, savage. That is savage here at work.
All weekend, this man did not miss. This man didn't miss a single shot. But it also too resets.
That was just savage.
That was
like to your point, to your point, Court. How about this statistic? Like, this is the first time in all of 6 years that Drew McIntyre has won the WWE Championship or World Championship and has held it for more than 5 minutes, and he won it in front of people. Yeah. So this is his first true reign that he's had for multiple days where he's winning it and defending it in front of people. Remember, his first 2 reigns weren't even in front of humans. It was at the Thunderdome or the Terror Dome, whatever it was. So, and then when he won in that Mania, Priest cashed in within 5 minutes. So for him to have this run after coming off feuds with CM Punk, which pretty much carried the company all of 2024, to see what's going on with him has been dope. So he gets rewarded for it. My only concern is the title still has Cody's side plates on there.
Well,
so I'm a little nervous.
No, he said he did that. He did that to troll.
He wanted to troll.
Yeah, he said that in one of his tweets. He was like, "Yo, I'm bringing this to Scotland wearing his plates." Like he said that for a reason. Yeah,
that's correct. And I saw he was sleeping with the title and all of that. I get it.
Yeah, no, so he did that on purpose.
Sometimes Drew be trolling a little too much, like we saw at Mania against Punk, and he gets got with that. So I'm just hoping that SmackDown in London ends with Drew walking in and out still your WWE champion.
Well, hopefully we get to see Drew, because this Friday they will be in London, England. So check out Honey, because she's going to be handling the Honey Night SmackDown this Friday. I'm going to be very curious on what Drew McIntyre is going to do in his first SmackDown as WWE champion.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
And the first time he actually got a chance to be champ in front of people was when they went to Tampa, but he lost to Bobby by submission. Dang. Yeah.
Bobby kept the title. They opened up Mania, and we thought Drew was going to go over, and Bobby retained.
And he tapped him. By tech
Blackness.
Yep. I wasn't mad at it, but I was like, oh, yeah.
I wasn't mad at it at all. No, like Blackness. Yeah.
Not mad at it.
Yeah, and it's cool too, though. Just before we move on, it's cool because it resets everything. So, like y'all said, we now get a new crop of people that could go into the division that don't have to worry about climbing the mountain that's Super Cody. Yeah. And it's like y'all don't have nobody there yet. So now you get a chance to kind of not only just build that up, but you still get to play it safe while Cody gets his rematch, which will I don't even know if they're gonna do that. He might
enter the Rumble. I mean, it makes the Rumble that much more interesting. I thought Sami Zayn was gonna win it. I thought the main event was gonna be Cody and Randy for whatever. Oh,
yeah,
you
my
thinking
guy,
Saudi Arabia is gonna be an LA night?
My guy,
his ribs
outside of Cody,
his rib meat is off the bones. You think he'll be?
Just see the Slim Jim. See the Slim Jim. Get out there. He deserves it though.
Boza is saying that we might get Drew versus Canadian McFoley at the Royal Rumble, as opposed to Canadian McFoley being in the Royal Rumble in Saudi.
Well, I just cannot.
Yeah.
That's right. They have an attorney. Yeah.
But it could be anybody, because you got him possibly. You got possibly Randy Orton that could be in it. Carmelo Hayes, like there's Ilya Dragunov is also in this tournament, so it ain't no telling who might get a title shot at Royal Rumble. But also, to your point, depending on when the Royal Rumble starts, which most likely they'll make it main event for the men's, they could still jump in the Rumble, depending on how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
And depending if SmackDown doesn't get a winner, Elimination Chamber is happening in February. So it depends on like who from Raw or SmackDown's going to get it. So we're still going to get Elimination Chamber. We just don't know what men's title it was up for grabs.
Yeah, that's true. That's also very
because the Saturday night's main event is the week before Rumble.
Yeah, it's the 24th
in Montreal. So that might be Sammy's match right there. And then he enters
the Rumble. I don't think they're gonna put the title on the line because it says it's gonna be at the Rumble. Like they said, whoever wins will face Drew at the Rumble.
Oh, it's gonna be at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But the final is gonna be
the finalists will face him at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, because it's in Riyadh, so they you got to put a title on the line at Riyadh.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with the
that sounds like Sammy's stomping grounds. I mean, Montreal and Riyadh back to back.
Yes. See this the problem though, because Drew finally got it, you can't turn it over. Then that's the messed up thing about Sammy. Like, you just finna miss your moment again because all the pieces are there, but there's no way Drew gets the title drop right now for Sammy to get a pop at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
There's no way. And especially during WrestleMania season. Now, next year, when we go to Riyadh for WrestleMania, that might be Sammy time.
Oh,
Yeah.
it might be, yeah.
I
But
can
come
see
on,
it
man.
happening.
Clock's a ticking. Damn.
And it might be against my bingo that I put. It might be in Riyadh against him versus the champ then, Kevin Owens.
Oh my God. Yeah, Kevin.
Kevin Owens and Sammy in the main event of WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. You couldn't give you listen, Triple H, you better know you didn't write that story. I did. So if y'all be
I need my credentials.
I see that at WrestleMania Riyadh. I want a job.
That's crazy. Running back. All
Wow.
PWG spots.
Oh my God. Well, we will see a lot because there's so much happening on when we get to the road to WrestleMania. But I do want to shift gears with New Japan because, as you know, Hiroshi Tanahashi had his retirement match earlier this month against Kazuchika Okada. And of course, Okada did beat Tanahashi, but it was a very tribute to him because, as you see, all of his opponents from the past, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, Jay White, Will Ospreay, along with many others, celebrated and acknowledged Tanahashi for all his work. I just wanted to get you guys' quick thoughts on this since this was Tanahashi's pretty much his final match. And Kane, I'll start with you.
Oh, Tanahashi-san. What a banger that was. He ain't got no knees, Lieutenant Dan. But Tanahashi was out there one last time. I was watching it for some odd reason. I don't know if a pipe burst in my apartment, but there was a bunch of like water on my face after the match. I don't know what's going on with that. I have to get that leak fixed again. Happened with John Cena's match as well. But it was just a very loving letter one last time. Thank you, Tanahashi, against one of his most formidable opponents. Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, came back. Those points where he kept pivoting and thinking he's going to do it, and he was doing the AEW middle finger. And then at the end, when that wasn't enough, he stopped playing with his food and he hit the Rainmaker pose. Got Tanahashi up and hit the Rainmaker to end it. 1, 2, 3. That's it. And Okada gave his respect. Thank you for everything, Tanahashi. And then at the end with the tributes, everybody's coming out. It was dope to see. Oh my God. Can we get a crutch for for almost at Shibata, a crutch for Golden Lover.
Kota Ibushi.
Thank you, Ibushi. Yes. Get a crutch. I need a brain. He needs a crutch. But yeah, because I was a little nervous him walking down the ramp. But I absolutely lost it when Shibata came out. When Shibata came out in the ops gear, by the way, which was amazing. Gotta, shouts to AW. But he came down. Everyone else is dressed up, but Shibata's just in like wrestling shorts and his ops shirt. And he walks in and rips off the shirt. And we're just gonna collar and elbow lock up one more time. Chop each other, collar and elbow, and embrace, and then Shibata leaves. That's why he's not in the picture right now. He just wanted one last lockup with his boy. Oh, bruh, like, yeah, that was big. Like, that was really dope to see. Like, the Three Musketeers, well, 2/3 of the Three Musketeers for New Japan. Nakamura was there in spirit via the red armband on Takeshita's arm. But it was just for those of us who been up at 4 a.m. in the morning watching New Japan way back in the day. That was just crazy to see. So overall, thank you, Tanahashi. I got to see him live at Forbidden Door. I was marking out. It was so dope. Anyway, shouts to Tanahashi.
Well, you want to add any thoughts regarding Tanahashi having his final match?
I don't watch Japan like that, so I don't know none of these people. But apparently he had what? Now to play. No, I'm not playing. I really don't. But
the IWC is gonna get you.
You're not up at 4 a.m.
watching Purr Style. You don't watch Strong Style.
Well,
Yeah,
Kenny.
I mean, yeah. What I'm saying is, I don't watch it like how everyone, like how he just said, being up at 4 a.m. and watching it, but that's how big Tanahashi is. I knew who he was. Just like, again, knowing Jay White, knowing the Golden Lovers and stuff like that, and of course the Rainmaker. But it was like that was how big that guy was. Like, if you wanted to know, like, outside of Okada's reign as champion, who's the face of Japan? And it's like, bro, it's Tanahashi. Like, that was one of the few people I was just like, man, I wish he'd come to America. Not even WWE. Like, yo, I wish he'd come to America and wrestle. Then I saw what they was doing to Shinsuke. I was like, he should stay where he's at. Because y'all gonna fumble that horribly. But also, too, WWE, that's how you send somebody off. Like, where was that for John Cena? Because I watched that. I was like, yo, I barely watch this stuff, and I feel every moment of this. Watching Okada's face when it's like, okay, it's time for me to go ahead and do this. That felt like Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair. Like, I'm sorry, but it's time for one more Rainmaker. Let's close this out. And then for everybody to come out, that is like his greatest challenges that he's had throughout his career. Like I say, even the lockup, it's like, that's how you send somebody off. And the crazy thing about it, none of us are really even talking about the fact he lost, that he went out on his back. Why? Because the storytelling of it showed where it's like, bro, it's okay. It's okay for you to take 1, 2, 3. You've given us everything. Instead of 10 minutes of him in a submission, thinking this motherfucker is going to get out of it and then just smiles and taps. It's like who wrote this? Who the fuck wrote this? And then it's like, yo, we surround them where only 2 champions come in and hand the belt. Like, first off, Cody, you were rarely there when Cena was there. You are not a part of this fucking story, except at the tail end of it. So let's be honest with that. I know you used to drive him around, all that shit. Main story-wise, you can tell the story of John Cena without Cody Rhodes until the last 10 minutes. And where the fuck was Randy Orton? Where was Batista? Where were all of these? Where was the Big Show? Where were all these people who we watched this man give his entire career for? We don't see none of his people. Nothing.
Other companies. I mean, Edge couldn't make it. There was no more BS with Paul White. Orton, I believe, was in Saudi Arabia.
He was in Saudi.
He was like at a zoo with Omos. I'm not really sure what that did. Like, they not check the calendar for this was going on. I mean, again, the complete antithesis to see Kota Ibushi, who has like a new femur, he's trying to figure out how to walk down the ramp to show his respect. And Kenny's there, and everybody. It just felt like that's how you send off your ace. Yes. That's how you send off. It was all about Tanahashi, as opposed to Cena's felt like a WWE event. Triple H was there first to get a hug. It just felt like everything but Cena and what he did. Tanahashi, it was all about Tanahashi. They had the young lions pushing the Tanahashi mobile to shake hands with the fans. I mean, just like it was just Tanahashi.
Yeah. Like, how we don't get a custom John Cena intro to end off his career. Like, yo, why do we not have multiple people wearing all of his shirts he's ever wore in a line and he comes out?
Yeah, Cena's felt a little as dope as it was, as emotional as it was, New Japan, and maybe because they got a chance to see what it was done and knew what not to do and knew what to do. New Japan's, there was just a certain pageantry behind it that was missing from Cena's. Cena's happened. Hey, man, thank you. It's going to cost us much to get in. We're going to tap him out. Cool. Thanks. See you later. Tanahashi, I mean, I think the post-match celebrations may have went longer than the actual match, because there was 20 years, really longer than that, of thank yous and appreciations for what he's done. And you saw the entire wrestling community from WWE, AEW, TNA, wherever. You know, Tanahashi's been in every company sans WWE. So and even those superstars who are not WWE wrestle Tanahashi, whether in TNA or AEW or New Japan. So it felt like a true celebration, and Tanahashi earned every last bit of it because he truly was the ace of this company. And if you have any chance to go back and watch his matches, please do so. Like, you know, because it's the biggest.
Yeah, you won't disappoint. You won't be disappointed watching strong style wrestling. Like you really.
Yes, things against him and Nato. Nato was pretty funny as well. Like he was really taking his sweet time to get down there with the GHC tag titles, and because he's ungovernable, that Nato is. But I mean, really overall, really good Wrestle Kingdom. Very good Wrestle Kingdom. New Japan's kind of getting their spark back. So you know, we had a new IWGP champion. So like that was dope to see with Okada dropping. I'm sorry, with not Okada,
Takeshita.
To Takeshita. Thank you. Like that was fire. So really, really good show. Andrade showed up there before he showed back up at Dynamite. That guy's airline miles, by the way. Andrade is just, he got to fly for free at this point. Like, cause them miles is crazy, man.
He just show up. Hey, can I get on this flight?
Yeah.
He just wants to show up.
That's it.
Yeah, he just wants to. But I do want to send congratulations. I don't think people realize, like, you don't have to be into New Japan, but you have to know who Tanahashi is. That's why they call him the ace. And so many wrestlers said that was one of his biggest influences when they started wrestling careers. He was one of their influences. So I was very happy to see. I was very happy to see not just like, you know, Corey Graves last week acknowledging Tanahashi's retirement, but I was very happy a lot of stars from AEW got the chance to experience it in person. Tony Schiavone did acknowledge that, which I thought was really cool, doing it with Okada because it was a story to tell. And he went on his own terms, which I did love. And also with the fact, too, they really kind of told a story. And that was really nice for his retirement. He went on his own terms, which I really did enjoy. And do want to give the best to Tanahashi because he gave it his all. If you never watched a match from his, please do in New Japan. Especially go watch the recent Wrestle Kingdom because that was just something that I enjoyed. And he's just somebody that all the fans love, respected, everything that touches. So New Japan's in the right direction. I do want to see Okada milk it. He's a heel. I want to see him milk it, say, I retire Tanahashi, like whenever he comes back on AEW. But I really want him to milk that in since he's with Don Callis. I need him to milk that on television because I know he has an international title. If there's one person that could take away that international title, it's Takeshita because Takeshita still has some look back.
They're gonna run that back. You know what I'm saying? Real quick before we get also needed for Wrestle Kingdom the women's match between Suri and Saya Kamatani. Oh my god. Make sure you peep that as well. Winner takes all match for the IWGP Women's Championship and the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. Banger. I mean, Gedo is the booker for New Japan, GEDO, Gedo. He gave them more than 10 minutes. So shouts to Gedo because we thought it was going to be like a 4-minute just spot fest. But Gedo, I know everyone says it's Gedo, but it's pronounced Gedo. So
I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, man. So shouts to Gedo, the booker, for giving him. But I'm sure Tanahashi was also like, hey, bro, we're going to give him at least 10 plus. But banger. Check that out as well.
Wow. Yeah, we had so many champions that happened over the weekend. We do want to send quick AEW news. Shout out to Miss Willow Nightingale on New Year's
Next.
Eve. Next.
Next.
Stop it. So petty.
Next.
No, we have to because this is
You're going to hear about it, Councilman. Is on the docket, baby. Your
this
champion, baby.
Talk.
Yes.
Two-time.
We're going to talk that
TBS
talk,
champion.
baby.
Yes. if you saw my watch along on New Year's Smash, you know what happened. Willow Nightingale, her and Mercedes Moné had the main event spot, as they should. They both deserve that main event spot on Dynamite. Had a killer match. You can't go wrong with that. And shockingly enough, Willow Nightingale is now a 2-time TBS champion. Kane, I know you are the biggest fan of Willow Nightingale, so
Man.
I will let you have the floor.
Card carrying member of Willow FC, now Willow 2 belts, Willow Nightingale, the face of AEW's women's division, the first woman in AEW to become a double champion, not uno, but dos, mamacita, papis. She is the champion of TBS, the champion of all of basic cable television and streaming, HBO Max, everything. I couldn't be more excited. We've been saying that Willow is the homegrown star that AEW needs to put behind. I expected for Willow. Here, let me. Yes, I expected for Willow and Mercedes to take place at Wembley in August. And although there's a strong possibility that still may happen, but I'm just so happy that's Willow FC texted me to renew my partnership. Yes, I will renew my membership. Thank you. But this is so awesome. Willow Nightingale is what I call a slot anywhere wrestler. You put her anywhere on the card and she cuts through. And she has shown that time and time again across AEW, across ROH. You put her anywhere on earth, she triples her worth. Some wrestlers just have it. And Willow Nightingale has it. And I can't wait for her to continue to grow as a wrestler, as a performer in AEW. Because this ain't it for Willow. I expect in August she will be holding up that AEW Women's World Championship.
Will?
Dun, 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 dun. Kick.
I mean, yeah, man. Congrats to her, dog. Congrats to her, man. I hope y'all happy. I hope y'all getting everything y'all want in 2026 over there in AEW. You know, no, because I can't say nothing because y'all wanted this. Y'all wanted to see the downfall of Mercedes. You getting it, and to kick us while we even down, you gonna give it to Willow Nightingale, who I can't say anything bad about. Nothing. This is a fantastic moment. This ain't even me being sarcastic. Like, I am really happy she won this championship. But it sucks that y'all just so adamant about the downfall of Mercedes that another black woman had to take the hit so that this one could rise. See how y'all do our own? It be our own people who pit us against one another for that to be able to happen. Y'all did this. Y'all did this right before Women's History Month and Black History Month. That should be a shame of yourselves that y'all did this. Should be a shame of yourselves. That's all I'm gonna say on that point. But Willow Nightingale, shout out to her. Like everything Kane said, man. She deserves it. Like this is. I don't want to disrespect her. That's why I'm hesitant in saying it. But I almost look at Willow kind of like the Bailey of AEW. Like if you
not
put
a bad comparison.
Not a bad comparison.
If you put Bailey anywhere, Bailey will give you results. Bailey can close a show. Bailey can main event. Bailey can put people over. And Bailey don't never rub you the wrong way. Even when she's doing heel work, it's like we get what she's doing. So we're gonna go with it. Willow, same way. Like, if you have anything bad to really say about Willow, like jump down the stairs and fall on some Legos. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I don't know nothing bad you can say about this woman and about her performance, man. She really is one of those.
Wow.
You said people should swanton bomb into a bed of Legos.
No, I want you to crisp and wall head first into some Legos. Is what I want you to do.
Man.
That's what I want you to do. And sustain injuries.
Wow.
Off the ladder.
Shout out to Dylan for in the super chats for supporting women's wrestling talks. Shout out to our producer from the future. Listen, if you watch my watch along, nothing against Mercedes, but she's going to be fine. She's going to get the AEW women's title. And if you really think about it, because it's kind of in the similar situation the Young Bucks were in, where they lost their money, they lost their EVP status, they didn't have no friends, and they didn't have nothing. But now the fans love them. But
y'all still like them?
Huh?
Y'all still like
They
them?
came back with tassels.
They came with tassels when they returned, but I'm just saying, like, Mercedes is gonna be fine. She's gonna get the AEW women's title. And with the fact too, she will be defending the Owen Hart Women's Cup tournament because she's gonna be in it. I mean, she's gonna be in it leading up to Wembley. She's gonna be a part of Wembley Stadium. It's just
but how does that because that's two different things, Court. You know what I mean? Like if she's champion, then she won't be in the Owen Cup. So I think she goes into Wembley as Wembley's champion, unless she wins the Owen and doesn't wait until Wembley. Maybe. I just feel like Mercedes and Willow, that's the money match. You even feel like with Statlander, that's your girl currently as champ. Statlander doesn't feel like the feature though. She's champion, but not the featured storyline of the division.
She's not a star. That's why.
You know, I mean,
what's funny is that she comes out to Galaxies and Stars and she's not one.
Andromeda is kind of a little irony, right? As a little irony.
Yeah. But it's just because not yet. Like, not to say she won't be one. It's just like, yo, it's just. Well, I'm gonna talk about it when you finish because there is something I want to address that also has to deal with Chris Statlander. So go ahead, my bad.
No, that was it. Just the Court's point, because I think that we need Willow. The women's division of AEW needs Willow Nightingale to hold up that AEW Women's World Championship, whether it comes from Mercedes, which I think is really the money, or Statlander, because that storyline is already there, that they're kind of frenemies now. And also with us, Harley Cameron playing into this, one half of Babes of Wrath, the current AEW Women's Tag Champions. But when I saw Willow and Mercedes in the ring during the championship celebration where Mercedes ate the cake again, it was just like, just dollars, man. That's just money. I mean, to councilmen's detriment, that is black on black crime, but it's still money.
That y'all call.
Look at me, sounding like a record label exec making money off of black on black crime. Anyway, but that's another podcast. But but I just feel like just Willow, man. Like you just can't create what she has. That is organic. Right? Like her connection with the fans, with the people is just so fire, man. So been on the train for a long time. Very, very happy to go to the flower place and pick the Willow.
These comments, yo.
I'm just laughing. I'm laughing at these chats because I'm like, I don't even know where to go with.
What is it?
I'm just laughing at the chats.
I mean, the banger is the EST of WWT, so like that's stated. So
no notes.
Speaking of EST, Bianca, where you at? Come on, man.
Man, let Bianca get her rest, bro. Let her go. Hey, listen. You know when she come back, she gonna be hitting the ground running, man. Let her enjoy her time, man. Let her relax.
I'll see you in 2 weeks in Saudi, Bianca.
Probably. I sneeze. That's how you know it's true. She will definitely be at the world.
Will, you had some thoughts regarding Chris Statlander because I think I may be something that you may say that I may have something similar.
Yeah, she fall into that realm kind of like they do Jey Uso, and there was somebody else that was in that category recently that I wanted to say. And just like how the IWC is really throwing like shade at this stuff, I'm like, yo, I think people have forgotten like and have grown to like not appreciate the championship building the star. Like, yo, like Chris Statlander got everything she need, but it's like, yo, being a champion is what could really make her into a superstar. it could turn her into what it needs to be. Even if it's like she loses it, she got to do the chase to get it back. But it's like, yo, we watched that with Toni Storm.
Mhm.
Like Toni Storm had won championships at WWE, but it was like she hadn't made herself a superstar. It wasn't until being in the circumference around that title where like, yo, we get Timeless Toni. Timeless Toni is a superstar now. And it's like people tend to act like they don't want to see that. Like it's like, yo, put it on the multi-time people, the these guys that's already got it. It's like, yo, like what happened to letting people build because they got that belt? And it made them into a better star. Like that's what we did get to see with Jey Uso. It's like, yo, y'all didn't give him enough time to let the championship really rub off on him and like where to be able to like go after losing the title. It was just kind of like, all right, we don't hold the title. Let's get some heat shots. All right, he's dropping it at Monday Night Raw. Let's get this over. Let's wrap this up. We got Goldberg and Gunther coming at Saturday Night Main Event, and that takes priority. And now CM Punk is back, so we need to make sure we get his title reign in. Don't get y'all old asses out the way. I know I went on from one rant to the other, but it's like, if you don't get y'all old asses out the way, because Braun.
By the way, spoiler-free Raw. By the way, FYI, I don't know if you hear the top of the show, but spoiler-free Raw.
Well,
not everyone's seen it, of course.
No, it's kind of will because I was talking about this during my watch on for World's End regarding Chris Statlander. I was even saying this in our chat too because there was something there between her and Jamie Hayter that I think there is a story to tell. And the problem, and we talked about this all last year regarding creative wise, because honestly, if you could give Chris Statlander somewhat of an alien galaxy, don't have him do Star Trek. I'm sure there's a lot of sci-fi shows. There's a lot of sci-fi characters, even in the DC comic universe they could do. If you give her that character, I guarantee you she would do so well. And same thing with Jamie Hayter, because there was something there. And then on top of that, you include Tekla in there because she has issues with Jamie Hayter. She also has issues with Chris Statlander. And that's why they call her the Toxic Spider. So there's so much elements you can do with all three of these ladies. And also, this is something Professor said too around last year regarding both belts, because I know we did see the TBS title favor below the AEW women's title, because when Mercedes was TBS champion, Mariah May, when she was AEW women's champion, it just didn't click like after it did. And I really want to see both of the titles evenly. I want to see them be evenly and tell, because there is story to tell. It's just execution. That's the thing.
And to be fair, this one is the better race of getting there to what you're talking about, Courtney. Because with Willow get a chance to, like, she already has superstar qualities. Being TBS is just going to bring that out more. And the same thing with Statlander. But this also gives opportunity of, like, hey, a lot of these women you got sitting in the back that y'all don't be putting on just now, all of them going for one of these titles make a lot of sense right now. And could sell tickets. Like the fact of, oh dang it, I just had the girl there in my brain.
Tekla?
No.
Julia Hart.
Queen Aminata.
Oh, Queen Aminata.
Queen Aminata would make a lot of sense with either of these titles. The people you just said. Julia Hart going for the AEW women's title. That match between her and Chris Statlander would be insane. Megan Bain, like the reign of Megan Bain after one of these done. Like y'all have y'all put it and set a bar where like, y'all could really make some classic feuds with these champions that could sell out stadiums and arenas. Not to say like in case it was like, oh, why is just a small venue? Both venues. I don't know which one is bigger. I don't do sports.
Sports ball. Hopefully Queen Aminata can get that injury with her neck. She could be able to come back soon with that as well. So, by the way, side note, where's Camille? All right, next topic.
I mean, listen, I saw a clip with her and Mercedes, and I was like, yo, where is this person? Like, what happened to
literally? Like Camille just. We thought we were gonna get like a Diesel Shawn Michaels type of thing. We got none of that.
She went to the back like that sister from Family Matters. Like she just
went
went
upstairs
and was never seen again.
It's never
What
seen again.
happened to you?
Like, yeah, man. Camille, longest NWA women's champion at one point. I believe Kinsey Page surpassed. No, I don't think Kinsey Page is still second. But yeah. Shouts to Kinsey Page too.
Yeah.
NWA.
But I see we got more champions to name. So who we got?
And also one more thing too, since I did not acknowledge it. Super chat to Dylan.
Yeah.
Super chat. Because I didn't acknowledge it. But definitely shout out to our producer from the future. And also another thing before we go on break, we have to talk about a new initiative that we have here at Women's Wrestling Talk. And that is the Women's Wrestling Archive.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches January 1st, 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
Support everything for the Women's Wrestling Archive because it is launching soon. And we do want to talk about the story that happened earlier today regarding Priscilla Kelly. She posted this on Twitter, but the tweet's removed. But shout out to Fightful because it did announce that she was no longer going to be wrestling in Israel. Because originally she tweeted she was, but after a backlash with what's happening in the world right now, she deleted the tweet and made the decision to pull the event. And she tweeted out, I have made the decision to not travel to Israel for the show that was announced earlier. My intention was never to make it political statement, but to entertain those who were not tied to horrific humanitarian crises. I do not want to be a part of this any further or give the idea that I condone the actions of the government in any way. I apologize for any harm this may have caused. So, Kane, you want to... And also, Boza mentioned that she deleted her socials account as well.
I mean, first of all, Priscilla Kelly was promised a spot on that card in Israel 3,000 years ago. So I don't know why everybody's mad at her for even just showing up to what was promised to her. Cool. So now, are we still on air? Okay, cool. Yes. This whole thing is stupid. It's stupid. Okay. Priscilla Kelly did nothing wrong. She was offered a booking and she took the booking to perform for the people of Israel, not to join Mossad or to join the IDF or whatever political thing we're going to make it. She just wanted to show up and wrestle because she's an independent wrestler who's trying to make money. So I'm in on it because again, she's done nothing wrong into this. I think a lot of times people as a society where we virtue signal too much say, well, here's what I would have done in a situation, but you can't project what you would have done in something onto somebody else. You're not in her shoes, her wrestling boots. So I think she just took the booking not thinking that it was anything involved politically. It was just her showing up to Israel to wrestle in the same way that basketball players are in Israel playing basketball or playing football, playing whatever sport it is. You know, I think you can have that distinction and separation. Anyway, everybody enjoy the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia in 2 weeks.
Well, you have any thoughts to add?
What's she do again?
She accepted a booking to wrestle in Israel. Which, of course, if you've seen the news lately, is a little
I stopped watching the news after 9/11, and I got in trouble in middle school because I thought that was a movie that was coming out. I was like, y'all ain't finna get me in no more trouble. I ain't got time for this shit. Stop checking it out. I stopped checking it out. When they told me hurricanes was coming to Texas, I just went outside and put my finger up like, yep, one's coming.
Just want to check it. You can smell it outside. That's what we do in Virginia. It smells like it's going to rain.
Yep. You know. Yeah, they do too much. It's again, this is a very triggering and pressing matter that's happening right now. And anytime you even say the word Israel, you've now opened yourself up for fire, and you got to take caution of what you're going to say. And it's like, unfortunately, these are the potential blowbacks of what happens when you do that. Like, again, you know what's going on. You obviously know what's happening right now. So it's just like, if you are doing that, again, you know, I hate to say it. I hate to say this. No, not really, because it works. In the words of Naomi, proceed with caution. You know, like, again, we understand. Like, I think like there was no ill intention on Priscilla's part. Like Kane said, she's just going over there because she's an independent wrestler and she was offered a booking. But also in that same mindset of being able to learn now on, like, hey, I know that this seems to kind of be an issue. Maybe let me consult somebody before I take this booking. Like, hey, I just got a booking from Israel, but I know like a lot of stuff is going on right now. Like, how you think that's going to look like for my fans and my community? So it's just like, in these particular cases, when this is a hot topic, especially going on here, again, proceed with caution. Ask 1,000 questions before you decide to just make the jump, because we know others aren't going to do it. And because you're in the public and you're in the spotlight, you have to take the extra steps in making sure it's like, okay, if I'm making a decision, let me make sure I'm making the right decision. And ask someone. But I don't think I hate that she's getting the flack that she's getting for it. And then especially to the point where it's like you have to delete your socials. That sucks, because I can only imagine what some of the comments have been since that has happened, or what they've said, because people are walking cesspools sometimes. And shit, she already had a damn prints and stuff stolen at a con, and now this is like, damn. Sorry.
Yeah. It's just, you know, I think it was just for Priscilla Kelly, just I read the Rome moment, and I think that I'm going to Israel with the sunglasses tweet emoji just was, everyone's like, hey, yo, bro, for real? You know, that is what it came. I don't think she had any ill intention.
Not at all.
Nor was she saying that she supports one side over the other. You know, like, there's no previous past tweets about anything with the conflict. She just was going to pull up to wrestle. You know, that's what I wholeheartedly believe she was going to do. You know what I mean? So Priscilla Kelly is a wrestler who knows how to draw heat. If you know Priscilla Kelly's history with drawing heat in spots, for goodness sake, she pulled out a what's the word I want to use here? A woman's thingamajigger and stuffed it in somebody's. That's her like notoriety of that spot that she did. Okay, so she knows what she's doing in terms of drawing heat and whatnot. And I don't think her accepting a booking to Israel was that. We said what?
You said it wasn't that. You said
I'm saying.
Okay,
yeah,
no.
Israel wasn't that. You know what I mean? Like, she knows how to draw heat, draw stuff, get attention onto herself, as evidenced by her past performances. And this was not that. It was just her saying, "Oh, I'm going to Israel. Pull up." You know what I mean? So you know, hopefully she comes back on, and you know, because I think she's a talented performer. She's, you know, about to be an MLW more. Doing her thing with Shotzi and whatnot. So, you know, these people deserve a chance to make their money. She hasn't done anything, you know, toxic.
Right.
It's not a toxic attraction.
She backed out, right? Like
she backed out, but it wasn't enough. That's the thing about sometimes with people who virtue. It's not enough. is not enough. It was an honest mistake, and the backlash is not matching what's happening to her. That she's gotten, these type of threats and pushback that she's had to delete her accounts. That's a little much.
Man,
like
you tripping on her right now. You could suck a fat one. All right, that's what you can do. You can suck a fat lollipop. Is what you can do. I didn't know she didn't take the money and didn't go. Like, what's
not even doing it? She's not even doing it now.
Man, get out of here, bro. Because there's a whole bunch of people that sit here talk all that shit. But if they was to throw you something that'll pay your fucking rent for the year, you go and wouldn't say shit.
Yeah. So, like, just to surmise it, TLDR. Too long didn't read. Priscilla Kelly essentially took a booking in Israel. The internet's terrible to her. She cancels the booking because the internet is terrible to her. And the internet is still being terrible to her, even with her account deleted. So, is it Uchi Wally or one mic? Let's just, do it here. And hopefully this is a lesson to everybody that,
Man, it ain't neither one of those. It's nuck if you buck. Like, hey, y'all talking all this shit. Like, yo, man, I can't stand these motherfuckers, bro. Like, y'all talking all this shit about somebody, and she at least took the steps and was like, yo, like, man, I ain't gonna take the money. I'm gonna have to cancel that, man. That shit ain't right. And y'all still gonna sit here, man, fuck, man, shut up, bro. Shut up.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna get back on her feet. And for me, because I follow this stuff on my day job, day to day, I do think this is a lesson where people need to be self-aware, because a lot of times it's very hard because some people don't know what's going on. So it's always important to have a little bit of self-awareness with what's happening, and especially in the current state that we're in, because Priscilla didn't know what was happening. A lot of people don't know what's happening with everything between Palestine and Israel, because there's just so much happening, because you don't know what's the truth and what's not. And you do have people that are pretty much impersonating media who really give unethical information that some of it's not true. It's posted on socials and then it be backfired, and they don't hold accountability to themselves. So I'm not going to put her or any wrestler in that predicament, because this is where they just need to learn how to self-awareness and question it, saying, should I not go? Should I not go? But it's just an important lesson that we just have to learn moving forward. And she was self-aware. And also, I don't know why people are really bashing her, because now this is kind of not the time to really start any travesty. I think there is a lack of empathy that needs to be addressed. And I think that's very important, because we've seen this ongoing happening with too many wrestlers. When they try to be on the right side for the right reasons, people bash it for no reason, and after they deactivate their accounts. So I think this is just a lesson to be learned. And those people can kick rocks for all I care. All those trolls can kick rocks for all I care.
I hope you sit on your testicle. It's me.
Oh, sagging hey there.
I shouldn't say it about the women's wrestling talk, and I ain't have a good one. I hope your toenails always chip after you get them done.
Like white toes. I hope you get white toes done.
And
you stub your big toenail. And
not even stub, just a regular walk, and they chip.
Yep.
That's what you deserve. That is exactly what you deserve.
Like, as soon as you step out and you're the last person seen for the night, and they've already done you a favor by staying open late for you, and when you walk out and you chip your toenail, and you can't come back until that Monday, and it's Saturday night.
And they just turned the close open time to close.
Yeah, it just went to close, like no more. And like they saw it happen, but they act like they didn't see it. They're like,
the curtains down on the display,
right on you, because they saw your Priscilla Kelly tweet.
Yep.
Oh my God. Well, we do want to send well wishes to Elton Prince, because he had surgery last week, and he underwent a 2-level neck confusion. And he said it on his social accounts where he quoted, "Not exactly what I hope to be at 28, but we are owed nothing in this life, and I am just grateful to be on the road to recovery. I want to thank everybody who has messaged or commented to ask how and where I am. It's been nice to not feel forgotten, and I will try my hardest to overcome all the obstacles and get back in the ring for you." But
sitting here saying wrestling fake.
yes, that part right there.
Don't sit here and tell me wrestling fucking fake.
I'll show him that. And the thing about it is, it wasn't even a crazy spot that happened. It was a somewhat scorpion death drop, a move where you just simply land flat back. But the timing was off or something between him and who was he wrestling? I almost called him his Ben Carter. What's Ben Carter's new name in WWE? Fraxium. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. And it's like Nathan Frazier. Thank you, the former Ben Carter. But yeah, he was just doing a simple scorpion death drop. And it just shows, even with a simple body slam, like anything can go awry in professional wrestling. So we wish Elton Prince well. He was coming off the return from a shoulder injury, which he suffered in the match against Rich Holland, and pretty deadly. I loved them in NXT. They got the rub with the New Day. They were heavily featured, great entrances on the SmackDown debut. I was hoping they'd be like a himbo squad with Austin Theory. That didn't really work out. They had setbacks, Pretty Deadly, the musical, and just a lot of things haven't really gone their way on the main roster. So we see Elton Prince. Hopefully you get well, man. And we see Kit Wilson trying to destroy Toxic Masculinity as well. Love his presentation, but I would love it even more if he had his tag team partner by his side. So here's to recovery for Elton Prince. Yeah. Yes, boy, indeed.
Yes, boy.
Yes. Bye.
Hey, take your time, man. You keep overcoming the odds and stuff like that. Man, just take your time, get better, come back.
And plus, the tag team division on SmackDown needs a taste of Pretty Deadly. They need that taste.
But yeah, they were so over, dude. Oh.
But definitely want to wish Elton Prince a speedy recovery. Don't worry, your tag team partner's holding it down for you. And he also has a killer theme song, by the way, too.
Yes,
it's now starting to pick up.
Oh, that's fire. They did it with that, yo. They did that, man. Kit Wilson. Yeah, I'm like, hey. At WrestleMania, that would hit. That would hit. I could hear a crowd chanting that and singing it.
In Vegas.
Wow.
Really Vegas it up.
And it's the first show of 2026, but wouldn't have it either way. So before we jump into NXT, because I know Will has a lot of stuff to talk about with NXT, we do have one more story we want to do, and that's a shout out to Mr. Adam Copeland, Mr. Edge, whatever you want to call him, because I know he's been on the down low for a while since the last time we saw him was All Out in Toronto last September. But he is working on a book titled The Education of Adam Copeland. As you remember, over 20 years ago, he released his first book, Adam Copeland on Edge, which of course detailed him rising when he was with WWE and other personal stories for his life. PWI Insider recently reported that Copeland is currently working on his second memoir. It's supposed to be scheduled to release later this year in October, and it's going to have HarperCollins as the publisher. But obviously, of course, this is really good for him. And just wanted to get you guys' quick thoughts on Edge, or I'm still going to call him Edge, his latest memoir that will be released later in the fall.
I guess we know where he went after the FTR match at All Out. He was like, all right, got to write a book. BRB, Christian. Bye, everybody. Can't wait to see an update. Adam Copeland, Edge, is one of those wrestlers that he's been a WWE lifer. He's a WWE Hall of Famer. And I think that's what makes his situation so unique as a wrestler in AEW, into which he is, I believe, maybe the only WWE lifer in AEW, the only guy that spent the majority of his career in WWE. Yes, Sexton Hardcastle had a few WCW matches on Worldwide or Saturday Night and whatnot, but Edge is synonymous with WWE. So I can't wait to read his thought process of, first of all, I thought my career was done. And then I come back and now I have a true second act in another company, which, 10 years ago wasn't even a possibility. Edge would never be in TNA. He would never be on the Indies. It was pretty much Edge and WWE. So I would like to see how his thought process went with coming to terms that I'm going to wrestle in another major American company. Can't wait to see what's up with that.
Will you have any thoughts regarding Edge's new memoir?
If I read books, this would be very exciting. Yeah, I don't be having time. I think the same thing of like how he said, just that entire process of like, that would be interesting to know. Like, what was it like having to retire, but then this pivot comes where you're actually starting to do Hollywood and actually got some pretty key cool roles that you've been doing. Like, he hasn't done a bad role yet, and nothing like too major that's hit to where it's put him on the scene outside of Percy Jackson and him playing Ares. But it's like, you found your step over and then was given a second chance to come back and now do both. It's like, I would love to know that mind process of like, what is it like now in your second act? You're juggling 2 to actually 4 lives at the same time. Like, how do you do it all?
And I also want to know how he came up with the concept of the plank machine. Do you guys know that he and Christian have developed something called Pure Plank?
Mm-hmm. They did.
Like, have you seen the ads on IG? Like, I get a lot of healthy ads now since I've become Gym Bro, and I'm like, is that Edge and Christian selling a plank machine? And it's called Pure Plank, and apparently it gets you super swole. So we're gonna have to get one here at WWT. If Pure Plank, I know your P1s you're watching, feel free to send us one. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna be, super athletic and swole during Mania week. So yeah, I want to hear that in the book too.
I'm very happy that he's releasing a second memoir. It's going to be very interesting, as you guys mentioned, like the pivoting where he had his career-ending injury, then coming back and doing all these other opportunities outside the ring, being married, being a dad, entering fatherhood, obviously talking about his friendship with Christian that lasted for like ever. Like, they are like pretty much soul brothers in a way, but it's just really nice. And also, I love it when wrestlers write memoirs because it kind of tells a story in their own words and it kind of reflects to everything that's been happening throughout their wrestling career. So I can't wait to read it, and that is going to be added to my to be read list because I also definitely want to get Natty's book. I definitely want to get her book, but definitely want to read Edge's book, which will be out later this year in the fall. But since my stories are wrapped up, Will, you got anything for NXT? Because we're 1 week removed after New Year's Eve last week. Giving the floor to you before we get out of here.
Listen, it's not gonna be nothing too long, man. Things are happening, moves are being shooken. We got deals going left and right now. Your councilman has just been extremely busy. Okay, Trick Williams is on SmackDown. Jordan Grace is also on SmackDown. Javon Evans is on Monday Night Raw during a commercial break. Shout out to Ricochet Jr. for getting his stuff going on Monday Night Raw. Hopefully, he will make a great Intercontinental Champion as they have this route going. We know Ava Raine is going to address what's happening with the NXT title because my client said, "What next?" That's what he told me. He was like, "Will, what next? What do I do here? I am the ruler. I am a ruler of NXT, and I have done everything. What next? And I was like, you know what? We've been working. We've been working ever since Saturday Night Main Event. And that intro came and the aura he produced out into that damn stadium. Listen, we've gotten so many calls now. Where does he go? Is it SmackDown? Is it Raw? Where does the ruler take place? Okay.
Oba.
That both channels want to change over. There's even talks of continuing to make him a free agent to go on both brands. That's how big of a superstar my client is. You're welcome. You're welcome. So he asked me that, and I said, you know what? Do you drop the belt? And he asked me, but who is deserving of picking up after my legacy? And I said, you know what? There ain't nobody in there that you got to lay down for. So I went and talked to Hickenbottom. Took him to Texas. We had some of them our home staples. We sat and we chatted, and I said, you know, we haven't done anything like this since Oscar. And you know, although Oscar was undefeated, and you know, Oba may have one or two deep fake losses that have been put out on the internet, you know, we weren't able to get him down. So you know, that AI, man, is crazy. That AI is off the chain, man. But we just rolled with the punches, and look what happened. So we said, you know, how about Oba don't even say nothing. He just leaves the belt in the ring like, yo, mission complete, mischief managed. And you're welcome. No farewell speech, no nothing. Because why? What more, as he said, what was next? What more is left for me here in NXT? I said, you're absolutely right. The leader of the Big Back Coalition don't need to wait another second being in this motherfucker. You go. I'll handle the rest. Right now, he is in an undisclosed location, getting fruit handed to him from hand to mouth by some beautiful, beautiful workers that work at the resort that they are in. I don't want nobody to get that.
Beautiful Naja Nubian.
They pay to do that. They pay to do that. It's a part of the whole experience. It's written on their website. Not gonna tell you the website, but it's owner. It is a legitimate business. But he is doing that. He is getting the oils put on him. He is getting all the relaxation he needs for our next chapter. And speaking of other chapters, is what everybody else didn't see coming, but I saw coming. Thea Hale is no longer North American champion. And Izzy crazy. Izzy Dame is now North American champion. How she ruined two little white girls' lives like that? That is hilarious.
Wow, that's wow.
Not one, but dos. Yeah, they got to figure out some booking for that title. I guess Tatum actually comes back in for that. I don't know.
No, like if to be honest with you, Izzy Dame and Blake Monroe would be an incredible rivalry. Like,
did you see Blake's tweets the last couple days?
Yes,
she be going ham and Izzy.
Yeah, like I think you are giving the setup for an incredible, and I mean incredible feud between these two. Because as much as Blake can go, I think we haven't seen all the sides of Izzy that we need to see. But I think Blake gonna pull them out for them to really see why, like, yo, this is why we put the belt on her, but this is also why we might put that NXT championship on her. And then JC Jane is still champ. Anybody surprised? Was anybody surprised?
No.
Anybody? Did anybody think little Kendall Gray was gonna upset the masses and beat JC Jane?
Who do you think should beat JC Jane?
I mean, there's no real Jada Parker, Miss Parker.
Jada Parker need to slap the dog shit out of the other two that's in there. Like she ain't playing no games with y'all. Like she dog walk fatal influence. Like, yo, like let her come back like that. But you got a few of them, though, if I'm being honest, that could take out JC Jane, and I think that's why they're avoiding it. Because so, like Lola would be incredible beating JC Jane. Jordan, she kind of just like, which also too, I thought was pretty funny that she went to SmackDown. People was like, you said that she wasn't ever gonna get the belt. Honestly, she didn't need it. At the caliber that Jordan Grace is like, I'd rather see.
I would have liked the run.
I would have liked the run, but it's like it was kind of just like, it was almost like she was there waiting on the paperwork to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I know you don't want to stop wrestling. Because think about it, the amount of time that Jordan Grace is actually signed is a blip. Like, she could have left to be like, yo, like, when I make my decision, I'll be back. That would have been enough time off, but she wanted to still go and be in matches. Like, that wasn't a long stint in NXT. And then Leon Slater got his butt whipped, of course, by my client. But it was and Ricky Saint said, I don't know.
Leon Slater with his brand new teeth for Christmas. All he wants for Christmas is some brand new teeth, and he got it. He saw Roman Reigns' doctor.
Mm-hmm. Now watch Kevin Knight got them same set of teeth. Look,
Kevin, I gonna show up with the same set. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Look at the teeth. I promise you, if that boy got new teeth, you know what it is. You know that that's the same person. And I'm
because you've never seen Kevin Knight and Leon Slater in the same room together, just like you've never seen Ezekiel and Elijah and Elias in the same room.
You were there. No, you were there. That when we were at Fort Row, that motherfucker walked in, walked out, and came back in with a whole new outfit. You saw that. You saw that. Yo, Leon, because remember, he was right behind us because Michael Child, whatever his name is from Saturday Night Main Event, he was sitting back there too, looking like a straight op, like he was finishing. I don't trust no black dude at the corner like this.
Like this.
I'm like, he's
like that for.
Like he was trying to be very inconspicuous. He slightly was, but I was like, if he do this, we need to go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Leon Slater walked out and then walked back out, and then Kevin Knight came in and he dapped up the professor. And
yeah.
Like,
yeah. That's facts.
And he just changed outfits.
Straight up.
Like, you never saw them two together the entire time. I'm just saying. But we'll say, just to wrap it up though, not the show, just the NXT stuff. January not starting all that hot.
It's a slow crawl. Everything's a slow crawl. It's
just getting, gotta stir the pot.
I think we've got our shock. Yeah, I think because we thought Braun was going to beat Punk, and instead of Braun beating Punk, Cody lost to Drew. Drew beat Cody. Right. So that was and that was a taped SmackDown, by the way. It was on a taped SmackDown. Well, it wasn't taped. It wasn't live in America.
Because I want to get your opinion, Kane, and your opinion too, Courtney. Mm-hmm. Since when we going through announce tables and we just get back up?
I don't even know.
Since when a 200 almost 300-pound man jump from the top turnbuckle onto you through the reinforced announce table and broke it, and he got back up, kneed him in the face, GTS, and won at 50?
That I just
well, because it's the cult of personality. So, it was very hard to take down Mussolini and Joseph Stalin.
I gotta go to a meeting.
I think it's time to wrap up here because we covered a lot and it's only the first show of 2026.
Like Mussolini and Kennedy.
Oh Lord.
You know what we need to do? One of us needs to get a whiteboard that says days without a womp womp for Kane.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
have to get
God.
one. Like a little chalkboard. It's like no
Yeah.
I think it's
Shout out to Mini Portable because I got that idea from her with like crash outs and stuff. And I was like, you know what? We should get that too. So shout out to her.
Oh
That
my.
was-
Gotta give shout outs to people. Gotta give
Yeah.
them out. But yeah, I mean, we knew it was gonna be a jam-packed one because it's our first show of 2026. Always happy to be with the team as well. But we just gotta get out of here because yeah, we got a lot of wrestling to cover and a lot of stuff to happen. But Kane, where can the people find you?
Yeah, man, at Kane McCoy, check me out. We're trying to be socially active in these streets again. So give us a follow, man. Looking forward to a big year of professional wrestling in 2026.
Will, where can the people find you, Mr. Councilman?
You can find me out here at Will PHARAOH, PHARAOH. Listen, mostly on the gram. I am trying to get to 50,000 followers. All right. I'm at 46. Thank you. I'm at 46.4. It's always around this number where my page start doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
like the last time I like lost like 10,000 followers and dropped to like 38 because of like some cleaning thing that they did and got rid of like bots and all of that shit. And I climbed back up to 46,000. All right. Just tell a friend to also tell a friend if they like comics, if you like to laugh, if you like to know about interesting things, you want to know about comic books, you want to know about wrestling, overall, that type of stuff, just follow my page. All right. I want 50,000 followers this year. I want the big 50. And I preferably would like it before the summer hit because I will not stop till I get the number. The M is on the back of this number. But yeah, follow me there, and then also too, man, stop doing black women on black women crimes like I'll be doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Especially two good women.
Well, Black History Month is around the corner, so that too. But
I tried to keep a straight face. I tried so hard.
I just can't. Well, the people can always find me chirping periodically on WWT Live as I can. Wednesdays are certified for the Timeless Elite because Wednesday we got some Maximum Carnage happening in Phoenix, Arizona. It's going to be a solid card, a watch along with yours truly. So there is a lot happening because even though they got 2 months until Revolution, we have a fun road ahead to Los Angeles come March. So there is going to be a lot happening. Also, a friendly reminder, TNA will be on AMC this Thursday. So please mark that on your calendar. So much is happening. We have Mike Santana taking on Frankie Kazarian for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So put that on your calendars. Friendly reminder, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on AMC. Also, do want to thank everybody for joining with us on the first episode of 2026. Boza, Sindel, Cousin Ron. Obviously, of course, got to give a shout out to our other counterpart, the mayor, Ced, for hopping on the chat. Also,
No.
Oh, also have to give a shout out to our producer from the future because he's always supporting. And super chat shout out.
Hey.
Gotta give a shout out to Dylan.
She love that button. I bet you use that during AEW too. Like you know what time it is. It's Stone Cold Courtney. Glass shot. I know she
Actually, I didn't. And this is like the first out of all times I've hosted. This is the first time I ever got a super chat. That's the first time I ever did that. So it's a way to kick off 2026. But definitely shout out to everybody for really supporting us. Sindel, Cousin Ron, Lewis Johnson, Ced, Dylan, everybody, and also our counterparts as well. Our boss lady, TK, Honey, Ced, Bonner. Shout out to everybody. Also, a shout out to Dion as well. Make sure to check out our other siblings on the Kayfabe podcast later this week because they had a lot of stuff happening. And also make sure to follow me on my socials at Courtney and J11, because I meant to say this earlier, but I got a few more predictions for AEW for 2026. So you do not want to miss it, because I do have some interesting stuff that may be surprising you. Make sure to follow Women's Wrestling Talk on all the social channels, because we do have a lot of interviews happening. We have a lot of stuff happening throughout this year, and we are going to make wrestling fun again, especially for women's wrestling. So thank you for all the support for everything that we do, and thank you for joining us on Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.